Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
The governor says the time is now.
Now is the most crucial time for us to come together to protect ourselves and our families. We must work together to bend the curve.
A stay-at-home order set to go into effect at midnight. What does it mean for you? We're here to sort it all out. As of today, there are 1,328 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in Michigan, and so far 15 people have died from the virus.
And as those numbers skyrocket, Governor Whitmer issued the order today aimed at keeping people home and slowing the spread. Here are the broad strokes. The order goes into effect at midnight and is set to last 3 weeks. It mandates Michiganders to stay at home and only leave under very limited circumstances.
And that includes trips to the grocery store, pharmacies, doctor's offices, and of course hospitals. It also calls for only essential workers to be going to work.
We will all have to make significant sacrifices. By taking this action, we protect our public health and ultimately the hardship on our economy. This is the time we must come together as Michiganders. If we stay home except for essential work and essential needs, we can each be a part of making the difference here.
And at the same news conference, the state's chief medical officer painted a stark picture of what could happen if nothing was done. Take a listen.
We knew this day would potentially come. If we do nothing, very rough models estimate that the number of cases in Michigan could increase 5-fold in the next week.
Well, now let's take a look at the county-by-county numbers. Wayne County, and specifically the city of Detroit, have seen a spike in cases. Right now, there are 638.
Oakland County right now with 329. Macomb County reporting 175. Our reporters covering so many angles on this tonight. Jason Colthorpe covering DPSCD's decision to change food distribution.
Jamie Edmonds is following the rush at local grocery stores before this order, of course, goes into effect. But we want to start with Rod Maloney breaking down who is and isn't included in this stay-at-home order, Rod.
Yeah, good evening. You know, it's a situation where the Chamber of Commerce is saying that businesses across the state are scrambling, trying to figure out whether they can stay open or not. Pizzeria behind me is going to close. The Thai restaurant says they're going to stay open. Who's right? Well, let's take a look. Lots and lots of Michigan businesses are already closed, but the governor's new order changes the game in that only those necessary to sustain or protect life will stay on the job. Here's a partial list. Anyone in healthcare, public safety, grocery store employees, workers in government-based operations or essential functions, food and agriculture, energy, water and wastewater, transportation and logistics, communications and information technology. Also, critical manufacturing, hazardous materials, financial services, chemical supply chains and safety, defense industrial base, and childcare. Everyone else should stay home. Hello. Hello. But that list leaves a lot of unanswered questions. For instance, here at City Bark in downtown Detroit, it's a pet shop, really, providing leashes, accessories for dogs and cats, along with food. Alicia Fisher says they're staying open.
We consider ourselves to be essential because we have the dog food, cat food as well, supplies of all kind. So we are labeled as a grocery store.
They intend to do more with the curbside and order ahead service. And Michigan Chamber of Commerce President Rich Studley says good for them.
It is not the intent of this order to have people who are involved, for example, in police or fire or public works, have to stay at work while their pets die of starvation.
Now, there are some other things about this order that actually are helpful for people who are going to be home. You can go outside, but the governor says, please stay 6 feet apart from people you know. If you want to travel, say you've got a house up north, you can go to your house up north. If you're looking to leave the state to go and back to your home in another state or even another part of Michigan, you can go as well. But there are a lot of things that you may want to have questions about. The full 9-page order we have on clickondetroit.com, and you can take a look there for yourself. Now, another place where there's a little bit of concern tonight is at the grocery store. And for that, we turn to my colleague Jamie Edmonds, who's in Grosse Pointe tonight, with that angle on the story. Jamie.